The destruction of the Library of Alexandria may have set human progress back by 1,000 years. But what if it had survived? Built in the 3rd century BCE, the Library of Alexandria was the greatest center of knowledge in the ancient world. It wasn't just a place to store scrolls, it was a hub of scientific discovery, a university of the ancient world, and a place where scholars from Egypt, Greece, India, and Persia came together to push the limits of human understanding. It held vast amounts of information on astronomy, engineering, medicine, and mathematics, some of which wouldn't be rediscovered for over 1,000 years. But over time, fires, wars, and political turmoil erased this treasure trove of knowledge. The exact cause of its destruction is debated, but its loss meant that countless discoveries, theories, and innovations were forgotten. Some historians believe its destruction plunged the world into the Dark Ages, delaying advancements in science, medicine, and technology for centuries. But what if that knowledge had never been lost? Had the Library of Alexandria survived, human civilization could have advanced at an unimaginable pace. One of the most significant losses was the knowledge of steam power. Ancient Alexandria had early designs for steam-powered machines, such as the Ellipile, a primitive steam turbine. If this technology had been refined, the Industrial Revolution could have started over 1,000 years earlier during the Roman Empire. This would have led to an explosion of mechanical innovation, with steam-powered transportation, automated production, and early industrialization reshaping the ancient world. Medicine could have advanced just as dramatically. The library contained extensive writings on surgery, anatomy, and disease prevention, some of which hinted at early understandings of germ theory. If these ideas had spread, the world might have been better prepared for future pandemics. The Black Death, which wiped out 1/3 of Europe's population in the 14th century, might have been mitigated or even prevented if ancient scholars had been able to continue developing their medical theories. Life expectancy could have increased, and modern medical treatments might have been discovered centuries ahead of schedule. Astronomy and navigation also suffered from the loss of knowledge. Some scholars believe that ideas about a heliocentric model of the solar system, where the Earth orbits the Sun, existed in Alexandria long before Copernicus proposed it in the 16th century. If these theories had been preserved and accepted earlier, it could have transformed navigation, cartography, and space exploration. Humanity might have set foot on the moon long before the 20th century. If knowledge had been preserved and continuously built upon, history might have unfolded in an entirely different way. The Renaissance, a period of scientific and artistic rebirth, could have begun in the 7th century instead of the 15th, meaning the world would have seen major advancements in science, engineering, and philosophy far earlier. The scientific revolution, which laid the foundation for modern physics and chemistry, could have taken place 1,000 years earlier, bringing electricity, antibiotics, and industrial production into existence during the medieval period, rather than the 19th and 20th centuries. Without the stagnation caused by the loss of knowledge, human progress could have been exponential. By now, we might not just be exploring space, we could be colonizing other planets. The very foundations of our modern world could have been laid long before the 21st century, making today's most advanced technology seem outdated by comparison. The Library of Alexandria was more than a collection of scrolls. It was a symbol of human progress, a place where knowledge was shared freely and discoveries were made for the betterment of civilization. Its destruction is a reminder that knowledge is fragile, and that losing it can have consequences that last for centuries. So, what if it had survived? Would we already be exploring other star systems? Would disease, poverty, and war have been solved long ago? These are questions we'll never truly know the answers to. But here's something to think about. Are we still losing knowledge today that could change the future? Subscribe and tell us, what if should we explore next?